What if the Roman Empire never fell? Imagine a world where the legions still march, where Latin is the global language and Rome's laws govern every corner of the earth. A world where the eternal city truly became eternal. For centuries, Rome was more than just a place. It was an idea, a promise of order and civilization that stretched across the known world. But what if that idea never faded? What if the greatest empire in history simply continued? At its height under Emperor Trajan, the Roman Empire ruled over an astonishing 70 million people, stretching from the misty hills of Britain to the sun-scorched sands of Mesopotamia. Its magnificent roads, aqueducts, and laws were the glue that held the world together. Roman engineering was centuries ahead of its time, a beacon of progress in an often chaotic world. But it wasn't meant to last. Internal corruption gnawed at its foundations, political divisions split it in two, and waves of invasions hammered at its borders. In 476 AD, the Western Roman Empire, the heart of this global power, finally collapsed. History tells us this was the end of an era, plunging Europe into centuries of strife. But what if that day never came? What if the final emperor was never deposed, and the eagle banners never fell? Without that collapse, the so-called Dark Ages might never have happened. Think about it. Roman libraries, filled with the collective knowledge of the ancient world, wouldn't have been burned. Their brilliant engineers would have kept building, inventing, and pushing the boundaries of what was possible. Imagine a world where the Industrial Revolution wasn't a phenomenon of the 18th century, but of the 8th. Steam power, developed from the concepts of ancient inventors like Hero of Alexandria, could have powered Roman factories and locomotives 1,000 years early. Electricity, flight, perhaps even the basics of computing might have arrived centuries before they did in our timeline. Picture a steampunk-style Roman civilization, where grand marble cities are interwoven with whirring gears, steam-powered cranes, and smoke-billowing workshops. This wouldn't have been a simple renaissance. It would have been a continuous, unbroken line of progress, a Roman technological miracle that reshaped the planet. This alternate history would have profoundly changed our spiritual and cultural landscape as well. Before its fall, the empire was a melting pot of faiths. While Christianity was on the rise, it was still just one religion among many. A stable, enduring Roman Empire might have maintained its polytheistic traditions or adopted a more tolerant, pluralistic approach to faith. Imagine a world where the pantheon in Rome still honors all gods, where temples to Jupiter, Minerva, and Mithras stand proudly beside early Christian churches and Jewish synagogues. Without the fragmentation and power vacuums of the post-Roman world, the great religious conflicts that defined our history, the Crusades, the Reformation, centuries of brutal holy wars, might have been avoided entirely. Instead of religious dogma, the classical traditions of philosophy, debate, and reason could have remained the guiding principles of society. Humanity's moral and ethical progress might have been guided by Stoic philosophers and logical discourse, not by schism and conflict. Politically, the world would be unrecognizable. The patchwork of nations that makes up modern Europe, the Middle East, and North Africa would simply not exist. Instead, imagine a vast, united Mediterranean federation, a single political entity governed by a reformed Roman Senate and Emperor. A single currency, a unified system of law based on the 12 tables, and the cherished concept of citizenship, civis Romanus sum, I am a Roman citizen, would be the shared identity for billions. This wouldn't be an empire held together by brute force alone, but by shared culture, infrastructure, and prosperity. Instead of endless wars between competing kingdoms, this Roman world state might have focused its energies on internal development and administration. The very words France, Spain, or Germany might never have been spoken. The world would be defined not by national borders, but by Roman provinces, all looking to the capital, the eternal heart of civilization. With a unified planet under its control, where would Rome look next? To the stars. Roman explorers, driven by the same ambition that conquered Gaul and Egypt, might have reached the Americas centuries before Columbus, not as conquerors, but as administrators expanding the Pax Romana, the Roman peace, to new continents. With technological advancement accelerated by 1,000 years, the 20th century in this timeline would look very different. The ambition that built the Colosseum and Hadrian's Wall would be channeled into a new frontier. By the 21st century, we might not be looking back at the fall of Rome, but looking up at the flag of a Roman space empire. Imagine Roman banners planted on the lunar surface, spacecraft with Latin inscriptions like Ad Astra, to the stars, charting courses for Mars and beyond. Latin would be the universal language of humanity, spoken on Earth and across the solar system. The dream of empire would have transcended the globe to become a cosmic destiny. Of course, this is all speculation. Back in our reality, the Roman Empire did fall. But did its spirit ever truly die? Look around. Our laws are based on Roman legal principles. Many of our languages are direct descendants of Latin. Our modern cities still use Roman engineering for roads, sanitation, and architecture. Some historians even argue that institutions like the Catholic Church or the European Union are, in their own way, attempts to resurrect Rome's dream of a unified, ordered world. The empire's legacy is so deeply embedded in our civilization that we often don't even see it. It's in the names of our months, the foundations of our government buildings, and the very concept of a republic. In the end, empires rise and they fall. It's the cycle of history. But ideas, powerful ideas like justice, law, citizenship, and civilization, these are eternal. Maybe the physical Roman Empire didn't need to survive for its mission to be fulfilled. Maybe its true strength wasn't in its legions or its emperors, but in the ideals it left behind for us to inherit, to debate, and to build upon. In a way, whether we know it or not, the ghost of Rome still rules us all. Empires fall, but ideas don't. Thanks for watching. If you enjoy exploring these alternate histories, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more. See you in the next video.